さんすけです。レッドリープリモニション2、レッドシーズプロファイルの続編ですね。やっていきます。怖っ。2020年にスイッチ版では販売されてたみたいですけど、スチームで出たんでやってみますね。なんだよ、ヒントか。うわ、バラバラじゃねえか。大変だね、作業が。ラストオブアスのファイアフレイみたいなマークもあったね。
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
前にしか進めない。
Quiet down. You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays, surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other. What did I do to deserve this? Does God hate me?
No. The Regional Bureau Chief merely issued a special order.
Oh. Yeah. How could I forget? A special order to rob me of my well-deserved vacation.
Hi.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
おいおい、拳銃出すのかよ。チャンバーチェック。
And no red, remember?
赤はダメ。そういうことね。に
It's open. Come on in.
ほうほうほう。すごいボロボロな部屋ですね。オーブが飛んでいる。あれれ、マジですか。前作の主人公ですよね。巻きタバコ、ハゲとるやないか。
You have questions for us. That's why you're here, isn't it?
ほ、ザック・モーガン。はい、コートをかける。そしてはい、ロードが長い。丸をして数秒だったね。本当につけられてるのはなんだ。美味しそう。ひで。 手に散らかってる部屋をさらに散らかすという。
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak. Do we have permission to film this?
今頃紹介か。
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones,
おほ
an analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
へえ、すごいじゃん。
Seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game.
新作ゲームなんだよ。
Isn't that right, my fairy?
誰と喋ってんだよ。オーブか
How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
一番聞きたいことじゃないですか。
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived.
もうめっちゃ疑いの眼差し。
If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
ほほ
You solved many difficult cases across your career,
これまでに何事件を解決しています。
utilizing your own unique MO. You've expertly cracked cases that were otherwise thought to be unsolvable.
すごい有能じゃないか。
According to our records, after joining the FBI in 2002, you quickly solved 2 drug ring-related
2
kidnapping
件の誘拐
cases.
事件を解
In
決。
2003, you solved the inside-out flesh skinner
Yeah.
case in the suburbs of Pittsburgh.
人川裏返し島事件。
In 2004, the Jeffrey Dahmer wannabe case in Milwaukee. And also the stuffed human collector case in St. Louis that very same year.
悪性人間収集家事件。めっ
Then,
ちゃやばいな。
in 2005, you coincidentally happened to solve the Lise Clarkson murder case while on vacation.
偶然解決したのやばいな。
You went on to solve many other cases after that. Did you really solve these cases all on your own?
残念ながら一人ではないんだな。
There are no records of you using a wide-scale investigative team or working with anyone else. How did you ever accomplish such monumental feats all by yourself?
それだけ有能ってことだよ。
It was all thanks to our talented partner.
タバコ吸ってんね。
Partner.
パート
The
ナー
FBI files show no record of you ever working with a partner.
そのような事件はありませんが。
Do you mean you worked with some sort of unofficial partner or an outside confidant?
Our partner is our partner.
もう一人い
We've
るんです
always
よ
worked
ね。
together.
心の中に。
Besides, Belle, you're forgetting one important thing. After the St. Louis case, we stopped by a diner on our way home and caught Thelma and Louise,
誰だよ、テレ
two
マン
highly sought after.
ビジョンを使うことでゲームを進める上であらゆる手がかりを見つけることができます。LB 長押しでビジョンを使う。ビジョンを使用すると集中力を消費するので状況に応じて使いましょう。はい、OK。え
Excuse me, but would you please refrain from consuming that while we speak? I'm talking
勝
about
手に来といてそれはないだろう。
Yes, that.
それです。そうだよね。
You don't need to worry about us.
この椅子の位置に対してテレビの位置も
Don't get in
ね。
our way, and we won't get in yours.
Unfortunately, questioning doesn't work like that.
勝手に来といてそういうわけにはいきませんわない
Our
だろう。
data needs to be consistent. Now please put out that stinking indulgence right this
マ
minute.
ジで。我慢、これぐらい我慢しろよ。
What?
お前なんかが来てることも我慢してるんだぞ。
If we say no.
と言ったら
Then I'll put it out myself. Using force.
力ずくでも。ひどいやつ
Whoa, whoa, Aaliyah. This is
そ
Morgan's
うだよ。
house.
正論です。サイモン・ジョーズの
Besides,
正論で
it's
す。
legal in Massachusetts for individuals to consume cannabis in the comfort of their own homes.
え、麻薬だったんだ、
And I
ね。
mean,
大麻か。
come on.
It's medicinal.
医療用だ。
Exactly.
調べる、見る。
Francis Zach Morgan.
うん。
He was once an FBI special agent, an extremely talented one. At least that's what they tell
も
me.
うすでにもう今でも優
Perhaps he
秀だ
was a
ろう。
little too talented.
結局何見たらいいんだこれ。
Hey, Belle. Why are you dressed so handsomely?
すごいな。
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck.
ほうほ
That's a male necktie. The color black represents confidence and interest in the self.
う。分析力すげえ。
And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male. Or perhaps
あるいは
it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche.
すげえな。
We admire your bravery.
そこまで読めちゃうのか。
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
わかりやすい性格のようだな。
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears.
なんだそれ。
Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people.
怒ってるよ。完璧図星じゃん。
Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
ひでえ。
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough.
そうだよ。
She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
そうなんだ。
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
もう何言っても無駄じゃねえか、この人。
So, Belle,
はい。
does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
おー
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't
表
read
情が
him.
読めない。もう無表情だも
I'll
ん
just
な。
have to assault him head on with questions then.
はい。真正面から質問をぶつけてやる。
First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up.
チェスもちょっと。誰とチェスしてたんだ？
That chessboard looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
高そうだね。
Right, they were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s. We know it's in bad taste. But the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
悪いか。
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games. Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook. Right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself. When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent
マジこい
Jones.
つ言いたい放題だな。
He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment.
ほうほ
And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history.
うほうほう。めっちゃ個人記録とか見てんだ。
He was simply playing chess. All alone.
俺たちって言ってる時点で気づけよ。
What's wrong with that, Belle?
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner.
違法な操作じゃないって
We
言われて
simply
もな
happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
物は言いようだな。
Oh, now she's really trying to scare us.
怖い怖い。
Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
はい。彼事件捜査資料。はい。
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carre, Louisiana in 2005?
We
俺たちが
solved
解決した事件だ。
that case.
Your report states the following.
はい。
By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation.
そうなんだね。
You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case.
すげえ。
After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yes.
は
Yes. We stole the right to investigate from them. Just as you said.
あこれはレッドシーズの話をしているのか。
It all started when the body of a
覚えてないな。
16-year-old girl was discovered.
うわそう
You
っぽい
arrived in
ね。
Le Carre immediately after that, didn't you?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't
さあ
know.
な。
If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle.
ほんとそうだよね。
Either way, that case is closed.
Closed. You sure about that?
そうなの
Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
なんだよ大切なピースって。
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
はっきり言ったらどうだ
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim.
何それ ?14 年間行方不明だと
Do you know what this means?
全然わかんない。
That's why we're here.
どういうことですか
The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson.
ああ、そうなんだ。
This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it?
ザックが犯人だと思ってる
We're
ってこと
pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced.
そうだよね。
Aren't you curious about the details?
Body or not, we already solved that case.
そうだよね。解決済みであることは変わりない。
Lisa's body can't change anything now. And it certainly has nothing to do with us.
この事
I
件の
suspect
こ
the
とを
body was stored there rather than
思い出すの
abandoned
かな。
due to the unnatural state it was found in.
はい。
She was found frozen in a storage unit.
冷凍状態で保管されている。
Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared.
すげえな。
In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Well,
それは
good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks.
へえ。
At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all. She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
おいおいおいおい。お前がそれ
Isn't
言った
that
んだ
right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess.
おう
Sounds just like our story. Yes. Yes.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something.
何かを知っているんだ
I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents.
まだ話が続くか。
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to before coming to us?
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson.
へえ。
You look surprised. I thought you already knew.
驚いてたか今。
After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
おう
We haven't been to Louisiana.
ルイジアナへは行っていな
Not
い。
at 14 years.
なんだこの矛盾
Is
は。
that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time.
そうなんだ。
That man is our witness. Aren't you, Simon?
He's right.
え
He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve. Which means that I didn't get to either.
ひでえ話だな。
Are you positive about that?
どういう意味だ
I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston.
そうなんだ。
This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all.
それだ
That
けはね
evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an
Yeah.
'89 Cadillac from a... He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and... The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries,
不思議に満
and
ちてい
they
る。
always have the most bizarre timing.
そうだね。
Incidentally,
はい、ちなみに
on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton.
へえ、一日しか乗ってないの
Trenton, New Jersey.
ニュージャージー
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
誰と喋ってんだよ。オーブ。はい、これ付けのリースの写真。
You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
そうなんだ。
Everything happens for a reason.
理由あるね。
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
そうだよね。
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course.
これで調べてなかったらびっくりだよね。
We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner. But we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
ほうほう。
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
14年も前。誰が。
Not to mention how bad the timing was.
ね
Most of the employees were on vacation.
タイミングが悪く多くの従業員が休
So,
暇。
you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead. Remember what happened,
覚
my
えてるかい
fairy? That warehouse. That man. So
シリメッセですね。とっ
incoherent.
ても厄介だった。
Such
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found?
へ
Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
え。思考が似てるのか
the large man, yes? No need to answer. I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason. Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it.
そうなのか
Especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question them.
大量の DVD。そう、この三角はなんださっきから気になってたけど。
Mr. Morgan, I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Those are... They've existed from the start.
へえ、
Sanctuaries.
サンクチュアリ。
That's right. Sacred places. Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see?
The soul's still there.
ほうほ
We haven't touched a thing.
う。物は置い
But
てある
we
ってこと
know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon,
か。ほい
don't touch the sanctuary.
触ろうとしてたのか。
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out.
4年半も。 めちゃくちゃ根
my
性だ
bad.
な。
It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
You're earning far more than you deserve then.
怒られちゃう。
What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles.
すげえ。
What do you think, my fairy?
逆に見られてるやん。
4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it? So,
もごもごしゃべらないで。
Crossword puzzles? No way.
クロスワードなんてやってない。
Come on. I thought you knew.
知ってるだろ
I'm a Sudoku guy.
ナンプレか。
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
まあどっちも一緒な感じはするけど。
He's completely taken control of the conversation. At this rate, we'll never get anywhere. I need to press him some more.
はい、話を進めましょう。カバンを探っているサイモン。
Agent Jones? Did you find the files?
グリーンベイル事件。これじゃない？レッドシーズの。
Mr. Morgan, do you recognize these files?
グリーンベルだったよ。
Whoa!
あっしゃー、やっちゃったよ。早すぎ。
Ow! We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of justice.
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Stay. Stay back.
何言ってんだ。
Ah! Ah! Ah!
おいおいおい。
Mr. Morgan?
いや、気づけよ。
I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid?
本当に。
Everything should be fine now.
おう。
I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition. The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
やっと謝ったね。
I'm sorry too, Morgan. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again.
そうしてくれたまえ。
And no more red either.
Don't
二度と
ever touch one
触るんじゃない。
again. I told them not to. Why would they do that? Make them go away.
なんて言ってるんだろうね。
Sanctuaries. Don't touch. Stay away.
あ
Now, may we return to
あ
our
聖域を
discussion?
触るだ。そういうことか。
Don't worry. I won't let them touch you again. I'll keep them away from us.
もう話が進まなくなってんじゃん。
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red. And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case.
あ、そうだよね。レッドシーズ。はい。あ、そのままグリーンベル事件の資料を渡しますか。
Mr. Morgan, I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't
もう私はも
want to remember that town.
う思い出したくない。
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this.
そうですよ
I
ね。
remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered, and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat.
広域事件。
Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized?
PTSD か。
It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense. Perhaps
何何何
you simply finished making preparations.
どういうことだよ、それ。
What are you getting at?
ほんとそれだよ。
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case.
はい
Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
そうなんだ。
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past.
はい。資料中の 蜂の巣なんだこれ。
Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
はい、どんどん進めていきましょう。
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale.
お
Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan.
捜査官あの木じゃねえか。
This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Lucare case you worked on in 2005.
そうなんだ。
Red tree. Red tree.
Yes, a red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected
そうなの？
by these red trees. Aren't they?
Red trees. Both places. Growing. Roots. Seeds. Trees.
Answer me.
答えなさい。
What are these trees?
本当何なんだよ。
Red trees. Figured it out. Yes. Smarter than we thought. Connection. Red trees.
I want the truth. Tell me everything you know.
真実は全部資料の中にあるんじゃなかったのかい？
The red trees. You really did your homework.
ほう？
Well done, Belle.
急に声が出てくる。
You're good. Damn good.
お、人が変わったか？
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
おー、
Fine.
始まるよ。
We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes. It was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was...
あれは
It was the sun comes down hard on you in the south. Like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me.
名前なんだったっけ？
Better
ヨーク、
half.
ヨークだった？始まりましたね。
Never a choice when somebody needs you. You can't turn away. You're their only lifeline. Just a hero, a bullet for hire, working alone. Always a voice, a cry in the darkness, an echo of pain that's been long forgotten, but it haunts me, my destiny to be alone. There's a time when you see life for what it's gotta be. You should know they'll destroy you. A call to make, to keep searching, walk alone.
音楽最高でしたね。
Zach.
ヨーク。
Zach.
呼ばれているよ。
Can you hear me, Zach? There you are, Zach. Sleeping again?
寝てたのか？
Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos.
お、カオスへと出かける時間だ。
Isn't that right?
そうだよ
Zach?
ザック。お、始まりますよ。デッドリープレイモニション2。2005年夏、ルイジアナ州ル・カレ。鳥。若い頃。
Zach, it looks like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
おい、ひでえな。ヨーク・モーガン。
Look at that, Zach. She's welcoming us with open arms. She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
シェフ。
What an amazing place.
朝食
I've
に
been
し
on
ては
top
めち
of
ゃ
the
くち
moon
ゃ
since the moment I got here.
高価だな。
And the name of this wonderful town, Le Carre. Sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
I'm the chef, David.
シェフのデイビッド。
If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
デイビッド・ジャワラ、シェフ。
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
You say something, mister?
独り言
No,
です
not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice if you ask me.
マジか。
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Please do. I appreciate it.
話が始まるの？はい、被害者について聞きますか。被 害者について。
You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town
町の
did.
全員が知っているだと。
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
めっちゃ有名なところ
The
の子供かな
Clarkson family?
That's right. You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex.
巨大な冷凍庫地帯に挙げられているやつだ。
Should have had a dragonfly on it.
トンボの紋章。
Anyway, that's the Clarkson family
フ
seat.
ァイヤーフライじゃなかったんだな。
They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the food processing plant. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything.
すげえな、金持ちなんだろうな。
They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know? They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
すっげえ。クラークソン家について。
What do you know about the Clarksons' house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to
そう
you.
だね。
That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast.
ちょっと悪いやつらなのか？
They folks with real power.
実力者。
Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days.
ほほ。
Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson.
なんか波
He's
発
the
生
kind
と
of
かいうやつ
monster
で
who goes around eating other monsters.
モンスター。
And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all.
そう
So
だね
don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe for nothing. Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
凶器斧って言ってたけど、後ろにあるやつ斧じゃね？こいつか犯人。
I see. I'll keep that in mind.
はい、ニューオーリンズについて。
Live and Let Die, Angel Heart,
007。やっぱ007に影響されてたかな、オープニング。
and The Pelican Brief. Right?
そうだろ？
9 out of 10 people will name those titles when you ask them to think of a film set in New Orleans. They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism. Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
What's your point?
本当に何が言いたいんだ？
Cat People.
キャッピーポ
That's my point. Cat
Really?
People. 1982, directed by Paul Schrader.
ー。ほう。
The crowning achievement of Nastasia Kinski, the ultimate muse of the 80s. The most vital element of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards. Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers.
ひどい話だな。
I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all.
リアルなのか？
Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism.
ハイパーまでつける。
After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of cat people for myself. That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
Okay.
Another vital element of cat people is the presence of Malcolm McDowell.
マクドベルが出演。
Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece.
わかんねえな。
Listen carefully, David. Only an amateur would call A Clockwork Orange his best
時
movie.
計仕掛けのオレンジは聞いたことあるね。
His best movies are Cat People and Blue Thunder. Period. You need to remember this, because it's the truth.
はい。
Whatever you say, mister.
結構ちょっと、変なやつに話しかけちまった予感がやばいじゃねえか。
So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it.
ここまで話しといて気にしないでくれはないだろう。
I already covered all the important parts.
地元警察につ
Is
いて
the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Shoot, mister, what you
本
think?
気で言ってるのかい？
Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart.
Yeah,
And when that don't work, they just beat your ass. That's the deep south for you.
南部だからな。
This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed.
本当だよ。ひどい事件だ。
A weird way. Like something on a TV show.
どういう風に殺されたのかちょっとわかんないね。
The sheriff's department ain't never seen nothing like this.
はい。街の移動手段について。
By the way, Mr. FBI,
車
I
に
ain't seen
見
a
当た
car
ら
in
な
the
かったが
parking lot.
どこで来たの？
How'd you get all the way out here, huh? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question.
良い質問だ。
Chef David, you've got a sharp eye. It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot. Do you know why?
わからない。
Can't say I do.
Because it was stolen.
盗まれたんかい。
Huh? But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen.
そんな凛々しい顔で言うなよ。
It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night,
いろんな時だ
when
な
you're。buying cigarettes at the local supermarket. Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent.
くすまじゃない。車を盗まれる FBI。
In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here.
ああ、残念だ、本当に。
But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of
別
transportation.
の移動手段を見つけてるなら聞く必要なかっただろう。
Another mode?
Want to hear the details?
詳しく。
Not really. But I'll listen if you want me to.
Then please do.
おう
After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, I rented a car at the airport. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent a convertible. Especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana. So, I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped...
A hybrid car.
Oh yes, they're marvelous. Vehicles that utterly defy everything you think you know about cars. Now, in the year 2005, it feels like we've finally entered the 21st century.
プリウス出たのっていつだっけ？
Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make a sound.
すっげえ。
It's silent?
音がしない？
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on its own.
それは言い過ぎだろ。
Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. And who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley. I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter. 1984, directed by Nick Castle.
すげえな。全部覚えてんのか。
It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that.
そんな昔に CG がもう導入されたの？
See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself.
ほうほう。
Especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had...
So, yeah, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
あ、ハイブリッド車が盗まれたんだ。
Sorry, I got off topic. I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10. I went out to get back in it, but my hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow.
ほう。
But when I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished. In short, someone stole it. And in its place, they left me this.
どれなんだ？
What?
スケボー。
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
すげえな。
So then, how did you get here?
まさかスケボーで
By riding the skateboard, obviously. Why do you look so surprised? No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. It was a journey of self-discovery.
すげえな。
Not even I knew I had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
淡々と話すけどすげえよ。猟奇殺人について
When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
Hey, mister, why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under that bridge, there was some kind of
祭
altar,
壇
An altar?
like something they use in black magic. Something horrible.
Voodoo?
ブー
Nah. Wasn't nothing like that. Just a weird altar.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces. Scattered around the...
So she was sacrificed.
サクリファイスいけに
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach. This
ビンゴだ
case has got our names all over it.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today.
あ35度暑いな
Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell. Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again. I'm already looking forward to it. Aren't you, Zach?
えい
Zach,
ザック
the searing light. These scents.
うんいい匂いしそうだね
It's the deep south.
南部だ
That was a fabulous breakfast.
何も食って
You're
ね
the
えんじゃ
world's
ない
greatest chef.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
The tea was to die for,
紅茶かい
but I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
今言うんかいはい新しいクエスト受注しました。はい、ということで今回はここで終わりにしますが、ご視聴ありがとうございました。